Hey, how's it going? I'm Launders, and I'm here with
Seth.
This is a extreme pug star extraordinaire, 20 RWS every single month on the dot, turned professional player, is here with the Pug Godz, who got picked up yesterday while at the LAN by Boreal Esports, and are representing them. And tell us, I guess, a little bit about how you got here, because that's kind of a story in itself.
Like how we got here. So initially we weren't on the team. It was actually a team with Mario, Max, and Fruit, and they had Davey, I believe, and Foe.
Yeah.
So they qualified for the offline qualifier, and Davey got picked up by Ace, so they paid for his stuff. So he went to Ace Gaming, and then Foe didn't want to make the trip out, from what I heard. So they were missing 2 players, and they were gonna just drop out. But I PM'd Mario and I said, hey man, you need a player, I'll play. And Lawson's good IGL, we'll use IGL. Lawson, and they're like, yeah, let's do it. So we just made the team 3 days beforehand. We showed up to the LAN and we qualified, so it's pretty awesome.
Any reason you didn't use the typical Pug God players? Obviously Rabbit wasn't here.
Yeah, so the reason why was because it wasn't our team. We're just last minute stand-ins.
Oh, okay.
So it was just me and Lawson that managed to get on this squad and help them out to make it here.
Okay, well, cool. Yeah. So today you played 3 matches in the groups. Obviously, low expectations for you, considering how good the teams are here and your group in particular. You had to go up against Cloud9, excuse me, Keat Stars, and then Flipside. Summary of how that went.
So we got 16-4, 16-4, 16-3. We never made it to 5. I was hoping to get at least 5, but it's just a whole nother ball game out here, honestly.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what you learned, because you don't get to typically play these teams. I mean, you guys are in Open right now, undefeated in Open, just giving it a shot. And for those of you who don't know, Pug Godz are just basically a group of players who get really high pug stats, high impact players, kind of all trying to be on the same team. And it's so far working out pretty well. Obviously, playoffs, when you get near the end, you're going to be playing some good teams, but so far is good, right? I mean, you've got I think it's you've got the most. You've got 4 60-0s and
yeah, we had the least rounds against in all of Open.
That's right, yeah.
Nothing more than 7 rounds. But that's the big difference, right? Playing these sort of teams and Open teams, it's in Open teams, our holes, we don't have holes anymore, but because nobody can exploit our holes. But when you play against a team that has the same aim as us and they have the teamwork that's way better than ours, that's when they can exploit every hole of our game. And it shows. You get 16-4 and it's just demoralizing, but then again we think about it as it's an experience. We weren't here to win it, we were here just to, we made it here.
Did you feel any added pressure? You come in as an underdog, right? But you still expect to do well, or you hope to do well, because on a good day maybe everyone works together, you get some lucky rounds, win a couple pistols, have a good showing. But was there any added pressure playing against these teams? I know you've played against some of these players at some point, but obviously not their teams in a LAN setting especially.
The biggest team I was scared of was Cloud9, simply because Jordan Nothing Gilbert's my favorite player.
Oh, okay,
so it's playing against my favorite player is kind of oh, he's my favorite player, so that was kind of scary, so I didn't do too well against them. But then we played against the Europeans. I was I've never played against them, might as well try my hardest. I did a little bit better against those guys, but still, they're just on a whole nother level, like I said.
Did you feel a difference between the way that, either way, both teams did well against you, but did you feel a difference between the way the flip side played versus Cloud9?
I don't think we put up enough of a fight to see the noticeable difference. It was more or less the same thing. They weren't really giving us much, Flipside wasn't giving us much respect. I think Cloud9 gave us a little bit of respect in the beginning, but Flipside was just simple, just pugging around there. I think one round, it was a gun round for them. He just used a Tech-9, killed 2 of us right away.
Right.
It's just they know who we are. They know we're lower tier, tier 55 people were saying on the forums. So they know, and they use that to their advantage, right? They get more confidence playing us.
All in all, it sounds like a great experience. It's cool to see you here. I was really surprised looking, it's holy fuck, Steph's actually here. I mean, this is a season of how you started playing competitively with a solid team, right? So yeah, that's pretty good. Any closing shout outs to your sponsors?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out to Boreal, man. They helped us out so much this weekend. We had nobody. We come here. Boreal is nice enough to help us out for the weekend. So really shout out to those guys, and shout out to our Pug Godz online players and Paprika. There you go.
Paprika, okay. Still gotta watch from online, man.